Today we're going to be installing the USB relocation kit on our Kawasaki Ninja 1100 SX. And what we're going to be doing is taking some of the parts of this and moving them behind here. It's important to know that you cannot pry this off. You have to go through these steps and remove one of the panels, and then you can unscrew the backer plate and it'll pull right off. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the power to this, and you just pull back on this plastic shroud, and there's a little button right here. You just press down on it and pull back. It's that right there. And now we're going to remove this plastic top piece, and you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver for that. And right here is the screw that you're going to be disconnecting. And you can bend it a little bit. And get your hand under there so you don't drop the screw. And this top plate will come right off. Set it aside, you will not be reusing it. Using a 4mm hex, we're going to remove these two screws. Set them aside, you will not be reusing them. And there is a piece right behind that has the threaded holes. Once you take out one bolt, it's going to want to move. Hold on to it so you don't drop it onto your bike. Now we're going to remove the bracket that was holding the USB, and it's got two bolts here. You're going to need a 5mm hex, and keep in mind, once you loosen both of these bolts, your clutch assembly is going to want to move, so you're going to want to hold on to it. Then you're going to put the same bolts back in. The next step of the installation is going to be to remove this piece right here. And to do it, we're going to need to remove this bolt and this one and this one and this one. So you're going to need your 4mm hex and start with this one. And then you have one last connector right here, and these work a little differently. Take the end of your 4mm, and it's got a small hole in the center. You're going to press down on it, and you'll see that it depresses further than the outside of the fastener. take a small flathead screwdriver and you can pull that up. And before you forget, when we go to reassemble it, you're gonna push this part back up. You'll see that it's higher now. Go ahead and set all that off to the side. You will be reusing it. So the way this panel works is we're gonna be pulling out on this side, and it's gonna be connectors that fit into rubber grommets. And then on this side, they're hard fixed clips, and you're gonna be sliding this way. So what you wanna do is you wanna grab here and here. You're gonna pull straight towards you, and you'll feel it come loose. Same thing over here. And then you wanna push it this way. So these are the pieces that you were sliding, and these are the ones that you pulled away from here. And then these are the places that it slid into. And you can go ahead and set that aside. You don't want to force it. Just take your time, pull on it until it comes free. Behind this cover is a silver flat bar. That's what's holding it in place, with a small silver screw. And to get that off, you don't have a ton of room. If you have a short Phillips screwdriver, or if you had one of these right angle screwdrivers, both will work. And this is very flexible, so we're going to go ahead and pull away to give yourself some room. Get your screwdriver in there and start loosening the screw. If you drop it, it's not the end of the world. We won't be reusing it. So that's what was behind it. And you won't be reusing it. So this was the plug that went into the back of the USB. We need to reroute it. So we're going to take, this is rubber, stretchy. Trying to do this without putting my hands in the way is difficult. And see, it just fits into itself. Once you take this one off, you can just set it to the side. Then let's go to the next one. Sorry if I got my hands in the way. And then reattach this one. And then just kind of slide it over. And we need to get it through behind this bar. It'll fit, you just gotta push it through. Okay, now we've made the necessary slack to be able to get it to our new location. Now let's go ahead and move over to the workbench. We're going to be assembling a few pieces. So we had taken our USB setup off of the bike, and this is what we were left with. We're going to remove this metal flange, which simply goes into this pliable rubber, and you can pull it out Takes a little finessing. And now that's loose. We're not going to be reusing it. And we're going to pull this out of the rubber. It only goes one way. And we will not be reusing that. Included in the kit is this plastic sleeve, and you can see it's also only going to fit one way, and it's a very tight fit, so you're going to have to push pretty hard. It's supposed to be that way. And that's what you're going to be working with. And then you do have a cover piece, and it has a rain shield on the top, and it's going to fit over that. Let's go back over to the bike. For the next part of the installation, you're going to need the assembly that you just put together. You're going to need the cover plate, the 2 black screws that came with it, and you're also going to need a 3mm hex. Previously, you had taken off the cable straps so that you'd have more room. You're going to go behind and bring it out here just to make it easier. This is going to connect to the back, and it will only go one way. You'll see with your plug you have this horizontal tab that's going to be going to the top. So just, it'll snap in, you'll hear it, and this is going to come through. What you're going to do is you're going to put the cover plate so that it snaps over that ring, and you're going to put in your top bolt, and that's going to fit into the hole behind it. And we're just going to do the top one at this point. You go hand tight. And this will allow you to move it up and down. You're going to take the strap with the plug, you have the button facing towards you, put your other black bolt through the slot as close to the top as you can, and then you're going to feed it through the hole and screw it into the threads. Then slide the whole assembly as far down as you can, and then you can go ahead and tighten it up. Remember, these are plastic threads, so don't go crazy. We're just going to go back and forth. Now you'll see that the assembly doesn't move. And then you have this guy here, which fits into the slot. And that'll protect your USB from getting water in it. And when you're not using it, it's not going to go anywhere. Now we can start reassembling the bike. So we're going to be putting this fastener and this fastener back in. Then this one. Now we're going to put the fascia back on. And the most important thing is do not force it. Take your time. If you have to take it off a couple times to get it right, then that's what you need to do. We're going to start with this end with these clips that slide in. You're going to go a little bit past the headlight and then put with a little bit of pressure, and then slide it back towards the back of the bike. Once you do that, you can push in here. You'll hear it. Now you're going to manipulate this and push it underneath. And then you're going to push towards it. And now the fascia is on. We're going to go ahead and put the last two fasteners in. We're going to start with this one, and if you didn't do it before, make sure you push this from the bottom up so that it's higher than the rest of the fastener. You're going to, you can kind of move this around to make sure you have access to the hole, and then push that top piece down and you'll hear it clip. And we're going to screw in this bolt here. And with that done, the installation is complete.